kíkọ́ láìsí ọkọ́ àti àdá kò ì pẹ́ o, kò ì pẹ́ o. Iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ilẹ̀ wa, ẹni kò ṣiṣẹ́ á máa jalè. Ìwé kíkọ́ láìsí ọkọ́ àti àdá kò ì pẹ́ o, kò ì pẹ́ o. Iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ilẹ̀ wa, ẹni kò ṣiṣẹ́ á máa jalè. Ìṣàpá láìsí iyán àti ẹ̀gúsí kò ì pẹ́ o, kò ì pẹ́ o. Iyán àtẹ̀bà ló ń jẹ ilẹ̀ wa, ẹni kò jẹyán á jẹ̀bà tó tutù. Ìṣàpá láìsí iyán àti ẹ̀gúsí kò ì pẹ́ o, kò ì pẹ́ o. Iyán àtẹ̀bà ló ń jẹ ilẹ̀ wa, ẹni kò jẹyán á jẹ̀bà tó tutù. Wọn kò fetí sílẹ̀ sóhun tólùkọ́ kọ́ wọn. Olùkọ́ ní kó kàwé wọn sì máa ṣeré ká. Wọ́n á jẹun 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 wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ roboto. Iṣẹ́ iṣẹ́ ìyẹn kì í ṣe tiwọn. Eré 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 ṣáni tiwọn. Dòdò àti ráìsì kò gbọ́dọ̀ kọjá. Wọ́n á jẹun 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 wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ roboto.
TETFUND is one of the organization that is set up by the federal government in order to support university researchers so that they bring out innovations. And when we talk about innovations, that is new idea, things that can ease our labor. We know what we are here for is Nutrient Diense, Garri. That's an innovation. We all know we will be going deep into it later, how Garri is being processed. But with this sponsor, which the TETFUND has given to us, we have been able to put in some effort so that labor will be reduced. There will be, when one takes it, the nutrients in it will be increased, and the processor will get more out of it. Now we have invited also the engineers, because without them we work hand in hand. So these are not, I'm just saying this because we will still know better regarding it when we get to review. But for the invited guests, I just have to give a brief of what we are doing. So today we have been able to bring out some technology regarding how we can improve the processing of Garri that we know before. And that is why the technology is being perfected, and one of the things that we can do is to disseminate the results to people for you to uptake it, to see, to let us even know. You know, nothing is perfect, I must say. We want you as users, as end users. You have been in the business before. Some are already processing garri, which they know. You know the technology. So we want you to really see what is lacking in this technology or the chain line which we have done. Not only garri, we also be learning about, I don't know if we've heard about soya bean before, how soya bean can be processed in a straight line. And this would be a very good example, a good technology, especially for the engineers, if you want to make a way forward. So once again, I will say, I want to welcome you to this training, and I hope that you will be able to listen attentively. It's going to be mainly practical. So please, whatever you can do it so that your coming to this place will not be a waste. And you can also introduce it into your business back at home. And if we have the new one, the youths that just want to go into it, please, you need to ask questions. We need questions. And I wish you a successful stay here in IAR&T.
Well, I also want to join the director to say welcome to IAR&T and have a nice day. And please take the time and do this.
Just say that you're welcome to IAR&T. And the kind of research that we do here, we used to say that it's demand driven. Demand driven says that it is targeted at solving one problem. And this particular project that we are talking about, some of us that are here, because I've been picking one or two faces that you saw sometimes. I remember that during the baseline survey, we actually told that we will come back with the outcome. And that's why we said this demand driven. There was some problems that we identified during our interaction with you. We now want you to see how far we are going in addressing those challenges and also interacting on how we can do better than we are the state at which we are now. So that is the essence of this. And once again, I want to join the director and the other members of the team. Welcome to IAR&T. I also implore you that you do have the time after this session on Friday. You can take a trip around the institute to see the facilities that we have in place, ask questions, and from there we can also collaborate more in other areas.
Why we come here today? Now to come learn how this new method when they take the process garri, because as they tell us, the one where they use before, they get acidic. So make they not be say e no good o, but this one I better pass. It go give more nutrients to our food, and it go still give us more money for the farming when we dey do. So our expectation today be say, what we dey expect for here today be say, at the end, when we learn this thing, at the end, when we finish this training, we go now understand as they say they do this processing, we will still carry on, go our own state, we will go practice for them. That are the reason, that are the waiting we expect when we will pay for here today.
My coming here, I also understand say to do garri in an easy way, there's other thing you can use to do it. Then I want to really know, as I'm here, as I did here, so at the happy way. And I heard something just now that if you use ordinary hoe and cutlass, go farm, you go still remain in poverty. If you use other way, life will change. Really, I pray that God will help us in Jesus' name.
But I like it because question kan ní tó fi jẹ́ pé nípa grow processing machine tá máa ń fabricate àwọn customer tó máa ń sábà wà fún wa wọ́n máa ń béèrè wípé àwọn fẹ́ lọ fún garri processing ọ̀nà wo làwọn lè fi bá lọ tó máa fi rọ àwọn lọ́rùn machine wo làwọn lè lò so àwọn máa ń try àwọn ẹlẹ́lẹ́ ó máa jẹ́ kó yá but nípa training sì tá a bá tún ní experience nínú pé ó tún máa help wa láti lè jẹ́ káwọn processor tó máa ń bá wa so that wọ́n tún lè tètè ní àbáńtẹ́ nínú kan tó ń bá fẹ́ ṣe so a lè mẹ́fà wa náà.
Regards the training objectives is to we'll be building the capacity of we as smallholder Garri processors and also fabricators to produce nutrient dense Garri as a business venture. That is our overall aim. And for the specific objectives, we'll be introducing you to NDG technology. We'll be taking you through the processing equipment and the processing line. The second objective is to train processors on selection of appropriate machines to improve the quality of products and expand your market potential. And the third thing is that we'll be training you on techniques required to produce good quality nutrient dense Garri, including quality control and good hygiene practices. The fourth objective is that we will introduce you to available credit facilities and funding opportunities. And the last objective is that we will encourage collaboration between the processors, the fabricators, and the industry partners.
So we will be talking to you how this project came about. So you look at me and that way. So we want to give you an overview to the development of nutrient dense Garri, and I will tell you a background about myself. My background is in human nutrition. That's where my background is, human nutrition. And often when we go out to various places, things that draws my attention most is children. When you see children that they're supposed to be 10 years, they are looking like 2 years old. You see children, even women, by the time they are training the children, after breastfeeding, we all know that you have to breastfeed for 6 good months. But after that, what happens? Even if you continue to feed your child with that breast milk, it is not sufficient for the child again. Sometimes we go doing training, demonstrating, and we also have one of our major focus at the Garri Processors. You know, this is an agricultural research institute. So we go out there, they teach them how to plant their cassava, what do they need to plant their cassava, and then when they come back, or when I follow them to the farm, I observe when the Garri processors are processing their Garri, which you will bear witness with me. You see the children just roving around. Àwọn ọmọdé wọn máa bẹ ṣe yẹn Garri ní, wọn máa ṣeré ká, ẹrí mi àṣírí lọ àfọwọ́ mú Garri, pick the Garri, put it in the mouth and go. And even if you are so rich, 30 ní owó yẹn láti fi fún ọmọ yẹn ní oúnjẹ, you have enough money to feed that child. By the time you get home, the child is already filled up. Kò lè jẹun mọ́. So kì í ṣe pé torí pé we don't have money, kì í ṣe pé torí pé a ní owó láti fi tọ́ wọn. That's why ni wọ́n fi dey look malnourished, pé ara wọn ò já ṣáṣá. So now it occurred to us, the people in the team, because that's just another aspect. I happen to be the food nutritionist there. Àwọn tó wà nínú breeder, àwọn àgbẹ̀ tó ń ṣe oríṣiríṣi cassava náà, àwọn breeder yẹn ni tó máa ń ṣe cassava, tó ṣà máa ń ṣe nǹkan ọ̀gbìn fún nǹkan sáré. Àwọn rò pé kí la lè ṣe? What can we do in order to assist this group of children? The best thing is for us to improve that source. ṣó di èyí sìn the best thing kan tí wọ́n sọ ní pé kí la lè ṣe àwọn ọmọ tó àti yó kó tó di pé ìyàwó fún wọn ní ẹyin ẹja ẹ̀wà jẹ tí wọn ò ní lè jẹ before they get home they are already filled up. What can we do in order to have healthy children? Thought of it, we start together the team and said the best thing is to improve that source, and that source is the garri.
This is the flowchart of what we are producing, how we are going to produce our garri using the method that we have been able to come up with. Now, if you see the first part of the difficult one of the flowchart is our vitamin A cassava. Now, why did I mention the vitamin A? Because of the nutrients, the vitamin A nutrient, our beta carotene in that cassava, and that is why we are actually using that. Though it is kind of scarce, but from time to time we have our team in the institute, just like they said, the breeders in the institute have been able to develop something like this for us. So whenever we need it, we can always contact the institute. Now, this is our vitamin A cassava. When we bring it from our farm, or should I say, when on the farm we want to harvest, that is where our quality control and the hygiene, that is where it starts. When we want to do something good, we have to start from the beginning. So that is why when we want to harvest, we have traditional method and we have a mechanical method. By the use of tractors and some other things. So, but whatever the method you want to use in your harvesting, we have to be careful of how we uproot our cassava. That is one. Secondly is that we have to look at if our cassava has any disease or not. Because when we ingest diseases, it may cause problems for us. So, we look at our cassava and then sort out the ones that are good and okay for our garri production, and we sort out the ones that are not too good, so we don't use that for our production. The next stage is to go to our pillar to save time and to save energy while peeling. That is why we have our pillar, and this pillar here has two components: the peeling component and also washing. You know, if you use the traditional method of peeling, after peeling for a number of hours, what's the next thing we do? We now take it, look for water again to wash. That will take time, and when we are bending to wash, you know, it affects the back. So when we have this peeler, it will peel, and as it is peeling, it is washing. So that when it comes out, it just goes straight to the next stage, which is our grating.
We discovered that because we use soya bean a lot to do some things in our place, and they used to tell us that before you can use soya beans, the skin part outside is not good. So one, how are we going to do it since we are having it with the cassava? Then the second one, fortified cassava, vitamin A, there is a low acceptance of it in the market because some of our processors used to complain about the outcome of the garri. So that's why it discouraged them from producing it, because they say that the fermented area is not good, so they don't produce fortified cassava. So what are we going to do in that land?
Part of our local farmers, our local processors, and they don't have this kind of machine. How do they go about mixing? Go and introduce it to them, what we learn them. How are they able to go about mixing? Because they don't have it presently.
This is our peeling machine. What this one works with, what it does is that when we have our cassava brought from the farm, the advice is you wash first. So before putting it in, you wash. After washing, you sort. And what do I mean by sorting? You look at the cassava that has almost the same shape or almost the same size.
to put. You know, cassava doesn't have the same shape or sizes. So when you have done that, you now put it into a pillar. So what this pillar does that as the pillar is rolling, this is the part that rolls. So as this one is rolling, it will be bouncing off the side and here. And as it is bouncing, the peels it is removing the peel and some parts of the cassava. Now, as you are doing that, you open your shower, which will be washing concurrently as it is peeling. So when you are done, when you are satisfied with your output, with what you have seen, you now, as you are peeling here, the water is already coming through this side. The water is coming through this side. So when you are satisfied, just open. Water and peel comes out through here. So as water, if you need your peels, you can always put a wire gauze here. So only the water will go out and you get your wire gauze out with your peels. So when that is done and you are satisfied with what you have as your cassava peel, now open this part. So when you open this part, open this door, so your peel cassava will come out through this side. It's yellow cassava. Based on what you have seen, this is yellow cassava. So now what we want to do is to grate this cassava for us to see how it works. So let us start the process. here is where we produce our soya milk and our resin. So what I will show us now is that while the process of soya milk production is going on, we get our residue and go back to our what's it called? Our Garri production.
after peeling, we wash. Ensure that you wash thoroughly with clean water. In fact, it's important to actually wash before peeling to reduce the sand in it. So after washing, you peel. Then after peeling, you also wash again. Then after washing, you take it to the grating machine. You ensure that your grating machine is washed thoroughly before and after use. Not after usage, you now keep it and say, I'll wash it later. Because microorganisms can easily, we all know what microorganisms are. They can easily affect those our samples and they can cause foodborne diseases at the end of the day. So after grating, you take bag it, ensure that your bagging is very neat. Use a neat sack to bag your cassava mash. After that, you take it to the fermentation side, which is the trolley. Ensure that that trolley is clean before and after use, and ensure that the position is where it will have easy flow of water, so that it won't stay, it won't retain water or stay in one place, because it can breed mosquitoes actually, it can affect the processor at the end of the day. So after the trolley unit, the fermentation unit, and during the fermentation, like my colleague earlier said, you can ferment as long as you like, depending on the preference of the processor. You can ferment for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, depending on what you want. So after the fermentation unit, you take it to the mixer, where we also mix soybean and all that. Ensure that your mixer is also very clean. Clean it before and after. Don't say I will clean it later. So after that, after mixing, you bring it to the hydraulic press. As you can see, there is easy flow of water drainage system. Then ensure that there is a place where the water will flow very well to avoid maybe stagnation of the water settling in one place. So after that, you take it to, after pressing, take it to the fryer, as you can see. Also put in mind that you should clean the fryer before and after. The main thing is cleanliness. It's very, very important in value addition, in quality control, sorry. So after frying, then ensure that you package in an airtight container, sterile airtight container, so that packaging is also a part of the value addition. You know, when you produce something and you don't package it very well, how would you even sell it out?
Came to this training to learn more skills, and I've seen how the cassava peeling machine, due to the local method we are using before, this one is the best because it peels the cassava and wash it, and even have hygiene, because none of the local one we are using, there is no hygiene, because when you are peeling it, you can wash it this part of them, and after peeling, then you now grind. So grinding it, the machine will grind it, then you now put it into bag and put it inside the presser. And the presser is different from the one we are using in our local one. So this presser has a cover that cannot allow anything to get into the garri that we are going to process. So the one we are doing in our local area, when you put it inside the bag, before you get into the presser, maybe there will be a potopoto or a steam in the bag. But this one does not have a steam. So after then we now get to where you use the garri with soya milk, so that the steam will have nutrients, so that it can give nutrients to individual or children that take it, to reduce malnutrition in children. So I see that this one, even the frying, like the local one, when we are frying, the smoke can even cause water coming out in face's eye, and it can cause hand pains and even make us to be tired and having waist pain. But this one is easier. When you are using this process, it will even be easier for us, and even the frying machine, you will not stress yourself fast on or the fire is too much, so that you can fry it, or so that the garri will not have heat. So this one is more easier and better through the improvement of food and nutrition in Nigeria. I would say this is a great work that is being done in the dense, nutrient dense Garri, mixing soya bean into Garri to improve the nutrients in the Garri so that when consumed normal, like the way we Jebu people like to drink Garri, we can also get our complete nutrients. It's actually good because I feel it's another dimension, another product that will come out in the market that can enhance Garri popularization and can enhance nutrition, complete nutrition whenever someone or anybody feels to take his Garri just on a normal platform. It's actually on benefit to the farmers, not just the farmers and everybody concerned, but mostly to the farmers, just like the initiator of this program stated in her opening remark, that she find out that normally those processors, their children are being malnourished because they eat directly from there and they don't have time to eat their main meal at home because they consume a lot of the produced Garri, normal Garri that have been produced here. But if they go through this process, you find out that rate at which malnutrition happens to the children during processing will actually be reduced and thereby increasing the health security, food security.